Howdy peeps! Welcome to this new series called the A to Z of Manifesting. My name's Lois. I am a mindset, manifestation and empowerment coach, and I'm here to help you guys understand all the different phrases and terminology that you may come across to do with manifesting, to help you fully understand what they mean and how to utilize them so that you too can be the super conscious manifestors that you were all born to be. So, with that in mind, let's get cracking with letter A. First one we're going to come to is acceptance. Now, this is something that I think a lot of people do struggle with. What is acceptance in terms of manifesting? It is literally understanding that you are exactly where you are meant to be in this very now moment. You accept the circumstances as they are, knowing that they are temporary. They are not permanent, they are not fixed. You accept where you are in your situation, but you know that this can also change. You accept that you are in control of your reality through what you think, what you feel, what you believe, what you perceive, and the actions that you take from those. Acceptance is also understanding the way the world works beyond the ego's comprehension. It's accepting that all the power lies within you. It always has. And that you're not going to force, you're not going to push, you're going to flow. You're going to learn to understand yourself better so that you can see things more clearly. Acceptance isn't about giving up. It isn't about saying, well, this is just the way it is and that's that. I just have to put up with it. Acceptance is more like surrender. It's more like understanding that, okay, I am where I am. This is the circumstance, but it's not permanent and I can change it simply by changing myself. And when you can accept things the way they are, you're no longer likely to try and control the situation. You will allow it to be what it is. You allow people to be who they are, understanding that you have the power to change your reality. The next A that we're going to come to is awareness. Awareness is a very key thing. There's awareness of your circumstances. There's awareness of people, awareness of people around you and their behaviors, awareness of yourself, self-awareness. And self-awareness is really the key part here. But being able to be so consciously aware of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, why you do the things you do, being aware of your habits, your patterns, your thought process, your emotions, being so consciously aware rather than unconsciously aware, which is where most of us begin. We start with just reacting, being so sensitive to our environment. We're not aware sometimes of how the way we feel inside, the way we think and the way we act influences our outer world. So your awareness of yourself is one of the most important things, because you can recognize then that when you understand your own patterns and behaviors, when you can be so aware consciously of what you're thinking, what you're feeling, what you're doing and how you're reacting, you're able to really start to master yourself. And that is the only thing we can ever control in this world. We only have power over ourselves, truly. But when we master ourselves, that's where the real magic of manifesting happens. The first thing I would do in terms of awareness is just literally observe yourself. Become aware of your own bullshit. Become aware of your own patterns and behaviors and why they are there. Where did they start? How did they develop? What are you choosing to believe? And then you can start to change those things. The third A that I like to come on to is alignment. This one sometimes trips people up because alignment goes across many different forms. There is alignment between your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions. A lot of people say one thing, believe another, and then act completely differently. That's a total misalignment. Because if you're saying one thing, but you're really believing another, and then you're acting a different way, you're really not following your truth. There's also alignment in terms of where your goals and your dreams are. Are you in alignment with them? Somebody who has the desire to maybe travel or go down a certain career path, maybe they're making choices that are not in alignment with that goal. There is alignment with the energy, the frequency, the vibration of your environment, the people that are in it. You're saying that you want to become this new version of yourself, or you're trying to better yourself, but you're still associating with people who are at a lower vibration, who maybe don't share the same goals, who don't share the same ambitions that you do. So you're out of alignment between your circumstances and where you're going. Alignment is such an important part of manifesting, because we have to really be very clear with our intentions of what we're desiring and the direction that we go. Because to desire wealth, but to believe that you're always going to be poor, and then to act in a way that's very haphazard and illogical and careless with money, is a total misalignment. So the first key thing to do with alignment is to understand first what it is that you're desiring, whether that be something simple like a holiday, or whether that be something big like moving across the world, or wanting a relationship, changing a career path. Get very clear on your desire. Then really understand through awareness what you are believing about yourself in terms of that desire. Are you worrying? Are you doubting? Are you fearing? Do you have beliefs that contradict that desire? And work on those. And then start taking the aligned action. So what is aligned action? Well, aligned action are the things that maybe don't make sense, but they feel correct. They feel true. They feel right. Aligned action may be having the inspiration to contact certain people, reach out to somebody, to join a network, to join a group, to start changing different habits, to change the way you dress, to go and get therapy, to work on yourself, to join a course, start studying, researching. It could be a whole multitude of things. You'll know when it's aligned because you'll just feel it. You feel it in here. There's just that nudge, that pull, that urge. There's just something inside of you that says, go that way. Trust that. The fourth A that I would like to come to is a huge one. Nobody likes this. It's accountability. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's not quite the same as responsibility. Accountability, in terms of manifestation, is understanding that you are the creator of your world. That everything that's happening outside of you first started within you. Now, as I say, it's not the same as responsibility. So in terms of other people, because other people have their own lives, they have their own thoughts, their own traumas, their own fears, their own insecurities. They have their own lives, their own perceptions and beliefs. And they will act in accordance to those. So you are not responsible for the way other people act and behave and talk to you and treat you, respond to you, or involve you in their lives. But you must be accountable for what you allow. And there's the key thing there. Where you are putting yourself, the decisions that you are making or not making, things that you are avoiding, parts of yourself that you are choosing not to look at or not to heal, things that you are burying down, suppressing, whether that be emotions or whether that be actions that you know you need to take. Accountability is recognizing that everything begins with the self. It starts and ends with you. The way you think, the way you feel, the way you act, your behaviors, your decisions, your choices, they all start from you. So if there is something happening in your 3D world right now, if there are things going on around you that you do not like, you must be accountable for your participation in those. If you are still choosing to avoid certain things, if you are still choosing to have patterns and behaviors and not get the necessary help to change those, that is on you. And the sooner you take accountability for yourself, for your actions, your thoughts, your feelings, and your participation in the world, the sooner you can change your reality. Because when you can look at things and say, oh, I understand now. I keep choosing these relationships. I keep choosing to be around these situations. I keep choosing these kinds of jobs. Understanding that, big game changer. So those 4 A's, I would say, are some of the most important A's in terms of manifesting. And when you can really start to master those, you're really on your way to creating magic in your life.